Hello! We're here to discuss the Policy-to-People Impact Assessment Tool, also known as the P2P tool, which allows us to get closer to instilling well-being across all government entities. The Policy-to-People Impact Assessment Tool, P2P, is designed to put people's well-being at the heart of policy development, whereby well-being becomes embedded in the DNA of every government entity. The P2P Impact Assessment Tool provides an evidence-based metric, making Dubai the first city in the world to develop such a tool. This enables policymakers to evaluate the alternative policy options and the impact of implemented policies on people's well-being and happiness. The P2P tool is required at two different policy cycle phases: during Phase 4, while appraising policy options, and in Phase 6, during policy evaluation. Now, the tool's overarching structure is based on Dubai Plan 2021, along with its 6 pillars: people, society, experience, place, economy, and government. These 6 pillars have been divided into 12 domains. These 12 domains are work, education, physical and emotional health, society, family, culture and leisure, natural environment, urban environment, living standards, economic equity, business environment, and lastly, governance and services. These domains have been mapped to 37 components that constitute the key enablers to derive a well-being coefficient for Dubai. Each of these domains has a certain weight which has been derived based on its well-being impact within the Dubai context. But with so many domains and components, how can policymakers accurately score them? This is where the P2P tool comes in handy. It's a separate spreadsheet which allows policymakers to score the policy based on 3 different categories. First, impact scoring, followed by scope scoring, and finally, time scoring. To make these scorings more concrete, let's apply the P2P tool on one of the Government of Dubai's policies, the health insurance policy. Starting with impact scoring, policymakers will have to evaluate the impact of the policy domains and components on a scale ranging from -5 for highly negative impact to +5 for highly positive impact. A score of 0 means that the policy does not have an impact or that the impact is unknown. For example, the health insurance policy will have a very strong impact on components such as access and quality of healthcare and job quality. A moderate impact on components such as healthy behaviors and economic fairness, and negative impacts on components such as the ease of doing business and entrepreneurship. It will, on the other hand, have no impact on the urban environment and culture. Moving on to scope scoring. We know that policies can impact people in direct or indirect ways. Accordingly, policies need to be assessed based on their direct and indirect impacts. For the direct impact, policymakers need to estimate the broad range of people being directly affected by the policy intervention, that is, the direct beneficiaries of the policy. The health insurance policy has a broad impact as it has covered around 3 million residents, constituting about 70% of the population who did not have a health insurance prior to the policy rollout. When it comes to the indirect impact, policymakers need to provide a range of estimates based on the total number of people indirectly affected by the policy intervention. What do we mean by indirectly affected? The benefits of the health insurance policy, for example, do not only extend to those who did not have a policy insurance prior, but would also have spillovers in terms of the quality of healthcare provision and access that accrued to those who were already covered in some way with health insurance. Lastly, time scoring. Policymakers need to assess if the policy will have a short, medium, or long-term impact. For example, Dubai's health insurance policy will continue to have a sustained impact for more than 5 years into the future. Its durability, therefore, falls within the long-term category. Now that we have followed P2P's structure, how do we reach our final calculations? To reach the policy's total well-being score, the P2P Impact Assessment Tool integrates the inputted impact, scope, and time scores. While the overall score could theoretically run between -100 and 100, it is important to remember that there's no passing grade. The overall P2P score is used for comparative analysis only. The P2P score allows policymakers to compare the expected well-being impacts of alternative policy options, or help them assess the policy's well-being impacts post-implementation. Policymakers will be requested to submit these P2P assessments online to the Executive Council. With the Policy to People Impact tool on your side, you're now fully prepared to make policies that have people at their heart and that are truly designed to make happiness a lifestyle across Dubai.